Hey everybody, welcome to the program. I'm EDC Gunner, and today we're gonna take a look at the Orient Blu-ray. And Orient is a Japanese manufacturer of high quality, dependable, yet affordable timepieces. They make their own watches in-house, their own moments in-house, and everything in-house. And they represent one of the best value for money to buy in affordable watches and overall in the watch world. This is Orient Ray, and it's a successor of ever popular Orient Mako, which I owned for a year and a half, and I just bought this one, and this is represents an upgrade from Orient Mako, because Orient Mako folks had some complaints and people at Orient decided to upgrade it and make it even better. Alright, let's take a closer look at this one, and you may know this is Blu-ray, and they do come in black and orange flavors as well, but I had a black Mako for quite more than a year and always was wondering how that blue appears in person and how does it look like. And to my great satisfaction, this Blu-ray appears black, because this blue color is deep blue, dark blue, indigo blue, and at certain angles it appears black, like you can see now. It's almost like a black gray, so I like to think that in this package with the Blu-ray you get both, even though I like black ones as well. But at the certain angles of light, at the certain positions, you can see here this dial. It gives you a nice surprise, especially when you go out to the sun, and when you go out at the evening at the bars, you hit the bars and stuff like that, the lights of that makes it appear very rich and cool, and it's very eye-catching watch with overall, and at the sun it's also great looker. Crystal on this watch is a Orient hardened mineral crystal, and it's a slightly raised about the bezel, you can see here, and it's a nice touch. And also it is not sapphire crystal, and many people will find that an issue, but let me tell you, under 150 bucks you're gonna have a hard time finding a watch with a mineral crystal. And I had the Orient Mako, which is basically has the same crystal like on this one, more than a year, and it did not had any scratch. I wore that watch everywhere. It has had a normal use, everyday carry. True that I didn't go mountain biking with it, I didn't go climbing and stuff like that, something hard, but normal everyday day-to-day use. Crystal on the Mako did not get, it had 0 scratches, so that's a really not an issue for me. And even if it gets some scratches, you can arguably replace it after all with a sapphire crystal. Bezel on this watch is slightly different than on the Mako, because they make this numbers here. This is larger font. On the Mako they were smaller. It has a nice dots. It's a very nice laid out bezel. It has a nice dark blue, glossy feel to it, and that was one of my concerns prior to getting this watch, is that the bezel will be too blue, because I'm not really a fan of a blue color. But it's positive surprise. The bezel is slightly angled. It has nice little cutouts which look nice, but that makes it hard to turn. It's a very shallow grip. That's how I say. It's a 60 clicks bezel. People complained on Mako about hard turning bezel. Actually my Mako turned more easier than this one, but if you turn it enough times it will break in, it will become more looser. Basically, if you watch you can see it's a nice solid sound to it, and it's a 60 click bezel, and because of this shallow cutouts and smaller grip area, it makes it harder to turn, but overall it's a great looking bezel, which is basically the feature I like the most, because I never really use bezels on this watch at all. Now we are coming to the nicest part of the watch, and that's the dial. And the dial is a deep blue color. They do offer black and orange as well, I mentioned that before, but it's a nice deep blue. It most of the times appears black, but when you take it outside or in the sun or the evening, it gives you a really nice surprise. It has a nice finish, nice Orient logo here. I love this logo. Down there it has a day date function, and indices are framed. They have a nice silver borders on the indices, also as well on the hands, and it has on a red tip second hand with the lume dot, so it has the lume on it, and so you can see it moves, it works, and the lume is fantastic. It's on par with Seiko 007. It's nothing less and it's nothing more than this. So if you have a 007 Seiko, it's exactly the same lume. So that's it. That's one of the feature of the watch that's improved, even though I feel that on Meiko lume is strong, but it's less amount of lume as well. Moving on to the crown. Crown is signed, has a nice Orient logo. It's a screw-in crown. Feels solid. Couple of turns, grips takes very nicely. You take out the crown, unscrew it, pops out, pull out to the first position, adjust the date, to the second, adjust the time. Just takes it very easily in here. Second crown, it's a movement feature. It moves the date. You just unscrew it and push it. It's a pusher, so push and go through the dates. I don't want to mess this up, but you just cycle through the day of the dates. Also bilingual, depends where you bought it. It will be Spanish or German, or I don't know what other languages they do offer, but it's a very nice crown. Over here, overall, the bracelet is upgraded than on the Meiko. It's an oyster style bracelet, but this one has a silver border lines here. It's a matte finish bracelet, but this one has a polished border lines here, which is very neat, and it's a 22mm and looks very nice. The watch from upper size is a brushed steel here, from here and here, and with the sides here it's polished. It's high polish. It's a mirror polish here, and it's a very nice when you look at it on your hand, and the sides of the bracelets are also polished, mirror polish. The clasp is a bit rattly, but again, for under $150 watch, you cannot have a $100 bracelet on the watch. It's a full links, solid steel. Clasp here has a nice Orient logo. It's a nice touch. Double safety feature, so you remove this and push these two buttons and you will open it. I've been wearing this watch for a month or more. It's a nice clasp, nothing fancy, nothing expensive, but the links are very solid, sturdy, polished from the sides, hollow end links, which is not an issue for me, especially at this price point. Overall, very nice bracelet. Case back has a screw-in case back, of course. It's a polished parts around here, and in the middle I have problems with the glare. You can see two dolphins, basically. It says Orient. It's very nice. It's laser edged, nothing special, but overall star of the show is the watch itself. Up here the dial, and just show you how it wears on the wrist. You can see it grips the wrist very nicely. The locks here are very nice, and one thing which is nice, it slides under the shirt. Very nice. It's hot in here right now and summer's coming, so I don't have a long sleeve shirt, but if you need to do for work, this slides very nice under it. It's not very thick watch, and you can see the bracelet. Very nice and sexy watch. I like it very much. Moving on to the last important stuff, the watch is 42 millimeters. Some say it's 41.5, but that's the least important to me. The bracelet lugs are 22 millimeters, and more important thing is that movement inside is just like in the Mako's movement. It's Orient's in-house 46943 movement. Very nice movement. Actually, I prefer it over the Seiko 7X26 because it catches power reserve very easily and winds up to the full power reserve. It has 40 hours of power reserve, but I'm wearing this watch for 20 minutes, and it can go on and on the whole other day. So it's a great valuable watch. Great price point as well, under 150 bucks. If you go to orientwatchusa.com, you will see double of that price, but they are official dealer. I bought this watch, I'm in Europe, so I bought this watch from a German dealer, Orient Uhren.de, and this is the second time I'm buying from them. One thing is that when you buy from Orient Uhren, you have to pay the box separately, but it's a little less. It's cheaper without the box. So if you don't want a box, you can get it without the box. I don't like that, but I got the box. So when we are looking at the box, it's a very nice, solid box. The box is nothing spectacular, but it's nothing wrong with it. It has this nice little metal inset here, and it's brushed with the Orient logo. It looks actually very nice. Inside, just a white pillow, which I'm not really a fan of, but just a pillow. And here's the Orient little trinket and the model here, FEM 65009D9, and that's it. Overall, this is a great watch, great value for money. I recommend everyone getting watch. If you are into watches, obviously you are, because you are this far the video, but even if you are not, you just need one watch, you need to gift someone this watch. Is perfect. They won't have problem with that. Just put it on your wrist and wear it. It's water resistant to 200 meters. I mentioned that, didn't I? Great diver watch. It's not certified diver, but I wouldn't have problem taking this into the larger depths. I'm sure it would withstand everything you throw at it. It's Orient Japanese, and that means something in the watch world. And it's a great value for money, and one of those watches that are represent much bigger and higher value than what they are asking for it. And it looks nice. Get a blue one, and blue one will look very nice, especially when you take it outside. It will give you a nice surprise, and it will create a feel that you are wearing a watch which is much more expensive. It looks like a $5,000 watch. So I'm EDC Gunner. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and have a nice rest of the day.